2 weeks out from high stakes at the Doncaster Dome, Revolution Pro Wrestling was back at the 229 for Live in London with a consequential afternoon of action that the fans in attendance won't soon forget. It started out with a rematch between Ricky Knight Jr. and Cameron Kai. This time, a more decisive victory in the end for RKJ, with the Rikishi driver securing him the victory. But as we've seen so often in the recent past from Knight, he wasn't done, continuing the assault after the bell until one Leighton Buzzard made the save just 1 week removed from his return to the ring at Southampton in a match where he will face RKJ.
And that's the difference between me and you. You come out here and you beg for attention. Well, I don't beg, Ricky. I command it. And on April 13th, you're not going to see the same old El Capitan. No, I am bigger, stronger, faster, meaner, and a whole lot more pissed off, buddy. Your whole life, your whole career, you have relied on your family name to get you where you are. But make no mistake about it, El Capitan ain't no junior. El Capitan is one of one, once in a generation, once in a lifetime, and once again, on April 13th, El Capitan will rise.
But then as we were about to move on, Buzzard was thrown back into the arena by Ricky Knight Jr., who assaulted him brutally. We still don't know whether Leighton Buzzard is going to be good to go in Southampton against RKJ.
Southampton might have been with your first match, and Southampton is going to be with your last match.
Junior, I thought I said everything I needed to say out there, but then you go and pull something like that. And what can I say? I shouldn't have expected any less. But make no mistake about it. On April 13th, you're gonna need more than a steel chair. You're gonna need more than a Rikishi driver to keep me down. Because over the last year, Junior, I have been through hell and back to get to where I am today. I have been to the darkest places a man can go. And somehow, some way, I pulled myself out of that darkness. I didn't let it consume me. And now I am standing here today, back in Revolution Pro Wrestling, one pissed off SOB. And on April 13th, that's exactly what you're gonna find out when El Capitan goes one-on-one with RKJ.
Next up, just 3 weeks after Zoziah had a technical clinic against Hechicero, he had another one in London against the former undisputed British Cruiserweight champion, Jordan Breaks. Zoziah trying to out-wrestle Breaks for much of this match. Breaks so often had the answers until at the end, Zoziah able to find the solution, unlock the mystery of how to pin the shoulders of Jordan Breaks to the canvas for the 1, 2, 3.
I missed you. Here, I'm home, and I'm staying in RevPro for a very, very long time. That's why I'm officially entering the Revolution Rumble.
But before he could finish his announcement, he was attacked by the now former tag team champion, Jay Joshua.
Jay Joshua, hijo de la gran puta, cago en todos tus muertos. But, Jay Joshua, I don't have to talk to you. I'm gonna show you. Pero Jordan Breaks. Jordan Breaks. Qué cabrón. Jordan, thank you so much. Because for the last 3 months, I've been away. I've been in Japan, Germany, por todo el mundo. And that is thank you to RevPro. Eso es gracias a mi casa, que es aquí. Because 6 months ago, RevPro gave me a chance. And now, I'm living my dream, and I'm living it fast. I'm living it all around the world. So Jay Joshua, no me importa. Anyone, no me importa. Because le prometí a mi gente que sí se puede. Because I promised to RevPro that yes, Yes, we can.
It's been a long time since I was in RevPro. Oh, a lot has changed for me. I'm no longer a cruiserweight. And that's kind of what I wanted to show tonight, is that I can step toe to toe with the best in the world, the best heavyweights in RevPro. I went up against a generational pro wrestler tonight in Zoziah. And though he left me in a puddle of sweat, I like to think that I showed that I am made of a different kind of stuff.
An epic encounter. Chris Ridgeway proved to be a nightmare tag team partner for Cameron Kai and Leon Cage. Ridgeway attacking Cage after that group lost to CPF. At the 229, Ridgeway and Cage went one-on-one to settle their differences. Cage, as he's done on numerous occasions recently, looked like he was going to secure his first victory in a Revolution Pro Wrestling ring. Ultimately, though, Ridgeway a little too much for Leon Cage. Although it continues to be the case that the sky is the limit for the futurist when he finally gets that first victory. At high stakes, the undisputed British heavyweight champion Michael Oku puts the title on the line against Leon Slater. Well, at the 229, Oku warmed up for that match at the Doncaster Dome by taking on the eldest of the Flying Bryant brothers, Nino, who time and again survived the onslaught from the British heavyweight champion almost on numerous occasions, finding a way to defeat Michael Oku, a result that would have made headlines all around the world.
I look at Leon Cage, I look at Nino, and I see you two. You two are the two true leaders of the next generation. And I know people are going to take this as me being a little bit cheeky, but I honestly see you two as future people that will be in charge of RevPro. You will be the future youngest in charge. In fact, I think you are the youngest in charge right now. There's a guy who calls himself the youngest in charge. He's not even the youngest Leon in RevPro anymore. So I don't know what you're saying. Sorry. I was just wondering though. Just intrusive thoughts. Out of the two of you, who's better?
Say you learn from every defeat. I know that I've lost enough times to know that I learn every time too. It doesn't change how depressing it is, how disappointing it is when you're trying to reach that next level. And I understand this was a match against the British heavyweight champion, the undisputed British heavyweight champion in Michael Oku, one of my mentors in Michael Oku. So maybe I wasn't the favourite to win, but it still hurts me just as much because I know I can win these matches. I know I can get these wins in RevPro. But I guess Michael is my mentor and he's immediately set me up for what I might have next. Immediately set the challenge of putting me and Leon Cage head to head. Putting the future of RevPro head to head. Leon Cage, we've known each other a couple years now. We've never crossed paths one-on-one. We've never crossed paths in 2 years. I am ready for this level. I think you are ready for this level. But like Michael said, it's time to find out who's better.
Michael, you've left me with something today that really crossed my mind. I was there with a bad leg, a bad neck, bad ribs. But Nino was also there with a bad leg, a bad neck, and bad ribs. Nino, how about April 20th? Doncaster Dome, high stakes. We show really who the better one is.
After a year away, it was a welcome return to RevPro for the lightning fast Seiki Yoshoka, who took on Stephen Wolf. Wolf just 3 weeks removed from the disappointment of failing to claim the undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship in that three-way match at Epic Encounter against Robbie X and Will Caven. Wolf desperately wanting a victory at the 229. It was back and forth between these two, a match you simply could not take your eyes off of. But in the end, it was the man from Japan, Seiki Yoshoka, who was able to overcome the leader of the pack.
They say it doesn't matter if you win or lose. If you win, it's phenomenal. If you lose, you gotta learn a lesson. And to be honest with you, when I lost the opportunity to be the undisputed British Cruiserweight champion, I let that get in my head. I made it seem like I wasn't good enough, like I was here on some fluke, and then I came in tonight and I didn't have my mind right. I didn't, and Yoshoka is one of the best guys in Japan ever, so I don't know why my head wasn't in the game. However, now that Yoshoka knocked some sense straight into his head, I know that I know that I belong in RevPro. I mean, did you hear the crowd tonight? We were killing it! I was killing it, and I promise you, it doesn't matter if I'm only here for 3 more weeks. I don't care how many rungs I gotta climb back up the ladder since I get knocked down. I'm going to become the undisputed British Cruiserweight champion. Okay, Vince? Your time's numbered. Because this will be the world of the Wolf.
Well, there'd been much talk about Leon Slater earlier in the night. He came out to the ring to participate in a 6-man tag team match at the 229 alongside the undisputed British tag team champions, the Young Guns. They took on the winners of the inaugural Trios Grand Prix, CPF, in what was a frenetic contest between 6 of the best independent wrestlers on the planet. As the match continued to unfold, Michael Oku emerged in the entranceway to get a closer look at Leon Slater ahead of High Stakes. Slater eventually decided he'd seen enough, diving over the corner to take out Oku. Meanwhile, a bit of trickery inside the ring from Danny Black and Joe Lando, a fake tag allowing a surprise pin as CPF won again, confirming their status as the best trio in the world. And then our main event. 2 weeks before the biggest match of her life, Kanji was at the 229 to face her final test against a former undisputed British women's champion in Dani Luna. There was nothing to choose between these 2 women until a running elbow from Kanji laid them both out. Both women had their shoulders to the mat. On the count of 2, Kanji lifted her right shoulder up, and Kanji, by the narrowest of margins, defeating Luna on her final stop before the Doncaster Dome.
If you'd have asked me 2 weeks ago if Kanji could beat Mercedes Moné, I'd have said, no, she can't. That's Dani Luna's job. If you'd have asked me 25 minutes ago if Kanji could beat Mercedes Moné, I'd have said, no, she can't. But if you ask me right now if you can beat Mercedes Moné, yes, she can, G. Kanji, this isn't about you. It is about every single girl back there who has trained their ass off for you to get an opportunity like this. It is for every girl who will get into a wrestling training school because they want to be the next Mercedes Moné. It is for every girl sat in this audience at Revolution Pro Wrestling because they want to be the next Kanji. This is bigger than both of us. Don't fuck it up. I believe in you.
I walked into wrestling because the love of this sport ran deeper than the love of a spectator. I walked into wrestling for my love of wrestling, for my passion of wrestling, for my joy, for my happiness, because I wanted to be a legend. Never in my journey of life did I think an opportunity would come where I believed that I'm not only living for myself, not living for myself, I'm living for far more. I'm working, I'm living, I'm breathing for Revolution Pro Wrestling. I'm fighting for the women in wrestling, for the workers of wrestling, for the fans that watch us, for the fans that believe in us. I'm fighting for the universe. And when Dani Luna said, can she do it? I hear and I feel the universe say, yes, she, Kanji.
Well, there is one more stop for Revolution Pro Wrestling ahead of High Stakes. We are in Southampton this coming Sunday, April 13th. We will see you there. In the meantime, this has been Dave Bradshaw, and you've been watching the RevPro Recap.